G'day guys, Nick here again. Part 2 of the BMC Luna Auto machine. I said I'd go through the patient settings with you. Okay, so as you can see there's the screen of the BMC Luna with the 3 buttons below. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to change the humidifier settings, okay? And all we're going to do that, so the humidifier settings, for those that don't know, is how much moisture is in the air. So to change the level of moisture, what we're going to do is just switch it on. So press the start button here and the air will come through. It will be noisy at the moment because there is no person on the end of that mask. Alright, but once we've got the air coming through, we're just going to rotate this dial clockwise. And as you can see here, the number's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also there's this blue bar that comes up as well to show you the level there as well. So the higher you go up in the numbers, the more moisture there is going to be in the air. If you're dry in the throat or you're waking up quite parched, you might need a bit more moisture. Alternatively, if you are getting what we call rain out, like a lot of condensation in the tubing of a night time, too much water, you might need to bring this level of humidification down or get a heated tube kit or a tube cozy. So I'm going to just turn that off there, so just press that button down. There you go. Now to get into the patient settings, what we're going to do is hold down the ramp button for about 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to pop up. And here you have a whole bunch of different sort of settings here that you can change yourself as a patient. One is the humidifier, so you can, if you want to, change it from the patient settings as well. What we're going to do is just you just click it down and then you rotate, and you can see it's going up and down. So we'll keep it on 2 for now. This is the ramp time. So your ramp time is generally used if you're using a fixed pressure mode. So it's how long it takes for the machine to get from the low pressure to your set pressure. So you can change that if you want, like the night, if it takes you a while to get to sleep, you might have that 30 minutes. So just gives you time to get into bed and get comfortable with the therapy before it starts getting up to those higher pressures. Delay, I don't know what that is, unfortunately. Delay, what would that be? No, I don't know. I don't know what the delay is. There you got your date, your time, your brightness of the LCD screen, the mask, so you can change the mask from nasal, pillows to full face, depending on what mask you've got there. So let's just say we've got a nasal mask. Your eye codes, just leave that the way it is there. Okay, so that just means you can check your eye codes from here, but I'll talk about the eye codes in a bit. Your usage time and about the machine. It's got like serial numbers and bits and pieces and stuff like that in it. Alright, so we're going back in here. So that's pretty basic, that there. And then once you've sort of finished there, you just sort of go down to the home button and or back button, click back. The other thing you can do is once you click this in, if you've got home, if I'm just scrolling here, your settings, and if you go down one more, it gives you this sort of data screen. So this is if you just want to look at your data just from the actual screen itself. So if I click this button down, you can see it's taking me there onto the screen. If I click period, I can change that. So this is the amount of data. So this is like averaged out over a week, 1 month. So I reckon a week to a month is probably a good amount of time there. So just click that. And normally if someone's been using this machine, you get all these numbers on here will have different numbers instead of 000. So your compliance, how many hours you've used it for, your P95 is 95% of the night. The pressure is below whatever that value is there. The P mean is the pressure mean, so the average pressure throughout the night. The apnea hypopnea index is how many times an hour you're having apnea. Anything less than 5 is really good. If you're sort of between 5 and 10, not too bad. You don't want to really be over 10 for the apnea hypopnea index. Your snore index, don't worry too much about the snore index. Leak is how many litres per minute your leak rates are. As a rule of thumb, generally under 50s, 60s, pretty good, depending on your tolerance of leak. Just keep an eye on that leak. You don't want to sort of getting above 60, 70, it's getting a bit ridiculous. So if you got it down near 30, 20, you're doing really, really well with your leak rates. So I'll just scroll down a little bit here, period. Yeah, so that's that. you can't really scroll down there. So back. So that's just your two things there, and then we just go back to home. So this little home button here lights up, click that, and we're back at home. I'll just click it so it's going to start up the pressure. And then on the side here you can see you've got your pressure there and your litres per minute, your flow as well. On the front here you've got your settings, so your minimum auto setting, so that's your minimum level of pressure. Your maximum auto setting, 15, so that's where it's capped at, how high it can go. Obviously you can change these values in the clinical settings, which I'll show you in a bit, and then that's the maximum ramp setting available, 30 minutes there, okay? So yeah, that's basically the patient settings. I'll take you through the I code and the clinical settings in the next part 3 of the series. Okay, thanks for watching.